Wait a second. Ah, never mind.
That's what the feeling, and you ride it right away. Crash it so the sparks can come together. Don't need a reason why the universe was made. It goes on and on and on and on forever. And it's a long flight on this battle star where we fight for love no matter where we are. Oh, 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 oh. And there's a big break in this universe, and it makes me feel like the go don't work. Oh, oh, oh. You got me like, ooh. You got me like, ah. You got me like, ah, and ooh. With all the things you do. Yeah, anything and everything a man can feel. Well, honey, I'm feeling with you. Baby, you're flashing, and I'm blinded by your light. I love the way you Jupiter is rising. You got me reacting like a lunatic tonight. I love the way the stars are all aligning. You got me like, ooh. You got me like, ah. You got me like, ah, and ooh. With all the things you do. Yeah, anything and everything a man can feel. Well, honey, I'm feeling with you. You got me like, ooh. I'm feeling you.
You make me feel like the world's spinning like a satellite. You make me feel like
The sun is blasting out a ray of light, ray of light. You got me like, ooh. You got me like, ah. You got me like, ah, and ooh. With all the things you do. Yeah, anything and everything a man can feel. Well, honey, I'm feeling with you. You got me like, come on, man. You got me like, ooh. You got me like, ah. You got me like, ooh. I'm feeling you. Yeah, yeah. You got me like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got me like,
I've been since my early days, I've been stuck in my worldly ways. Propaganda, press, pan the camera, please don't look at me in my face. Everybody might see my pain, off the rail, might myself. Bored with life as aboard this plane. Steward this sex if I need help. Maybe, baby, what's your last name? Hopefully it still ain't been changed. Something about you make me not doubt your aqua silence. My brain scream louder. Asking when I'm gon' myself. Couple problems, my cash ain't help. Human issues too strong for tissue. False provider, war mask by wealth. Move your body if you came here to party. If not, then pardon me. How I'm supposed to have a good time with death and destructions. All I see, out the sight, I'm out of my mind. The sound of sunshine is calling me. The vibrations is all I need. All I need, all I need. Party people, yeah. Party people, I like to see you dance. Party people, yeah. Party people, I like to see you dance. Party people, move. Party people, I like to see you groove. This is how we do. This is how we do. Deja view from a bayside view. I see black cats in the daytime too. I see black cats on the daytime news. When handcuffed, wrist and his skin turned blue. I met God once at the rendezvous in felt starstruck.
Vince, the car's outside.
Got things to do, got to make my moves. I can't miss my flight and miss you too, boo. First class seats is overrated. Won't go lest they overpay us. Nowadays I'm overdating. My street for heard this, my lips stay well acquainted. Their morning is calling me. Good vibrations is all I need, all I need, all I need. Move your body if you came here to party. If not, then pardon me. How I'm supposed to have a good time with death and destruction's all I see. Out the sight, I'm out in my mind. The sound of sunshine is calling me. Good vibrations is all I need, all I need, all I need. Party people, yeah. Party people, I like to see you dance. Party people, yeah. Party people, I like to see you dance. Party people, move. Party people, I like to see you groove. This is how we do. This is how we do.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
I go out for my squad and I put that on God. Squad? All I got is my word and my word is my bond. Squad?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Stafford's Lions going up against Foles' Eagles. We're in for a frigid one in Philly. We're off to Lincoln Financial Field.
And
Say hello to our
nobody
broadcast
likes
team,
Matt Stafford.
Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It is a snowy and blustery day in the city of brotherly love as we welcome you to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Fun fact, I actually do know how to play this song on the trumpet.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams
Oh, it's got to have someone all the way out there in the back.
Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL. And Detroit's
If I had a brain, I would have
And
actually tried to.
incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third
What?
down. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he had to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, churning the legs a little bit, and gaining what he needed for a first down?
Well, that's the deal. On third down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable third down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits and make those sort of plays.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them. I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for rush coming, and he's taken down. Nigel Brown
You fool.
in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Pause.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They're going to try and throw. And Selleck here, left side. Down the numbers. There he goes. He's at the 40.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Brent Selleck, 88 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early
Silent
lead.
profiling.
So
Touchdown.
they complete the short pass and then boom, off to the races all the way to pay dirt.
And so many times in short yardage situations or on downs like this on 4th down, the defense gets a little more aggressive. So if you're able to pop it, right, complete a pass like that, it can break big afterwards, and that's exactly what we saw there. Short pass, long run.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. So that drive, 4 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
G-L-E-S, Eagles. Stop.
Elliott now to kick this one away. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. And an alley to run. Riddick, 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
See him moist.
Holding offense.
Bye.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
To throw on second down is Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game, and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
I remember watching Super Bowl
I know most
52.
of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that's caught inside the 35.
The second,
that one goes for 36 yards.
The second they won, I was
Alshon Jeffrey
so
so
loud,
dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
How I was,
no gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick.
Instead of
holding them to no gain.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Completes it to Aguilar. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one good for 7 that time. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
Just barely got the first down.
Basketball, but this feels like full court pressure. Never getting out of that the entire time. Just stay on top of them. With that lead, go ahead and fake it and continue to try and build on it.
Yeah, first half, as you said, you cut that lead, but they want a bigger cushion here. They're hitting the gas pedal hard.
All right, so who's actually watching it right now?
13 sets them up 1st and goal.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got by oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
Anyone who's
And
watching
these back-to-back catches here in the backfield,
Joe,
they
your
can
hair
set
looks
something up
completely
downfield in a later sequence, right?
Nobody
Most of
likes
the
you.
time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot. Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Foles. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points. Go.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning.
Today I learned that Gordon Ramsay has chosen not to give his children a large inheritance, does not take them to expensive restaurants, not even his own restaurant, and doesn't allow them to sit in first class on planes so that they aren't spoiled. This dude won't stop staring at me. Is that James Charles? That's Adam Sandler. No, it's James Charles. Dang, you right. Nah, I'm pretty sure that's Danny DeVito. No, it's James Charles. Dang, you right. Oh, you want to hear?
Division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Here's Reddit. And he'll...
Alright. You want to hear a nice little entitled parent story on r/entitled parents? My friend's tits are offensive to EM. So basic information. Me and my best friends were in a beach just chilling. One thing I need to inform is that my best friend's on the big breasted side of the spectrum. So like any big breasted woman, bikinis are a nightmare to her. She's always stared at and that makes her really uncomfortable. Now the story. Me and her were in a more secluded part of the beach. We had swam and decided to sit a bit. We come back to our chairs. The family settled down near us. The mom's in her late 30s. The dad's in his nearly 50s. They had a child with him, 9-year-old-ish boy. We didn't pay mind on them. We just sit in our chairs and talked for a bit, but I noticed the dad of the family looking at my friend, but paid no mind. I decided to pick something to drink. There was a bar nearby. I asked my friend if she wanted something. She asked me for a lemonade. I go to the bar and see the EM coming near me. I waited in the line until the EM comes to talk to me. EM entitled Mother. Me, a unicorn. EM. Hi, I saw that you and your friend are nearby me and my family. I just nodded to her. I think your friend is really beautiful, but she's showing too much cleavage. I looked at her, trying to think what to respond to this. Well, she can't be faulted for being born with big breasts, can she? She looked at me like she was expecting me to agree with her. Well, she could use a bikini that's not that small, she said with a somewhat annoyed voice. She can do whatever she wants, lady. She becomes red at that. I don't think that this woman has ever heard someone disagree with her before. She is looking like a she is looking like a slut. My child will be traumatized. I looked back to where my friend is sitting. I have a clear view of her and the EM's family. Her child is making sandcastles, a cute view I might add, and her husband staring hard at my friend who was putting on sunscreen at the time. So the problem was not her child, it was actually her husband. Me. Well, I can't do much, lady. Now please leave me alone. Finally, it was my turn, so I picked my drinks and ignored the entitled mother. She wasn't happy about it, though. EM. Don't you dare ignore me, young man. I'm not finished. I just looked at her and took a sip of my drink before saying, lady, your kid isn't even looking at my friend. Your husband, on the other hand. I pointed at her husband, who's staring at my friend with huge anime eyes. She looked shocked and just started walking over to her husband. I go to my friend, give her a drink, and sit beside her, watching the wife furiously whispering to her husband. Not long after, my friend and I decided to leave. Didn't tell my friend about the crazy lady. She already has enough confidence issues. At least I didn't see this family ever again. Alright, fun fact. Despite being founded in the same city in the same year and having the same name, Hershey's ice cream and Hershey's chocolate have absolutely no affiliation, and in fact have had multiple legal disputes due to the fact that they share their name. Philadelphia Flyers goalie Carter Hart actually has on his Stadium Series mask Nick Foles and Carson Wentz. Alright, you want to hear a good writing prompt? You gain control of J.K. Rowling's Twitter account for one day. What unnecessary piece of information do you add to Harry Potter lore? At the very end of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And then Harry woke up to the sound of Dudley jumping up and down on top of on the cupboard, shouting about how it's his birthday. It's all a loop. Man arrested for putting fake arrow decals on the floor in an IKEA and for creating a labyrinth with no exit. Halo did it first. Oh, another entitled parent story. EM lets EK touch my girlfriend's tits and he gets into the hospital. So this takes place at a park closer to my house, and I was there with my friends and my girlfriend. So we're swinging and talking about a sleepover when EK and EM enter. All is good. So we headed to some monkey bars where I'll enjoy seeing who can hold on the longest. When EK comes up, mind you, at this time me and the girlfriend are 14, and EK is probably about 12, 13. Asks if he can join, so we say yes, and he swings around for a bit. Now, at this point, me and the friend are watching a school fight on his phone. My girlfriend's on Instagram taking pics. The kid gets behind the bench she's sitting on, feels her tits. She screams, and so I run over and she tells me what happened, and I become angry. She starts to cry. She calls her dad. I run over to EK and jump on him. I begin slamming my fist into his head. He starts screaming, "Mommy!" and she runs over and throws me off him and instantly begins calling the police while screaming, "F you and you will pay for this." We wait across the park for the girlfriend's dad and the police to arrive. Some time passes and the cops arrive because the kid's visibly bleeding. The police already start taking him inside, but then we had to buy and explain my part. But then, EM starts saying that we had all ganged up on our angel's son and that he's innocent. To our surprise, the girlfriend actually had tape of this kid walking up to her and touching her. In the end, we're all fine, but an ambulance has to come for the entire kid as he got a broken nose, and the entire mother was let off on a warning. She tried pressing charges, but my actions were justified, so I was let off with a slap on the wrist. If I ever see that kid again, alone, I'm gonna break his nose again. Oh, another one. Rip his head off. Okay, this is the fun one. So I'm a wrestler. If you're a wrestler or have ever been to a youth wrestling tournament, you know wrestling parents, especially moms, are the most bat crap crazy people you'll ever meet. So I'm in the 8th grade at the time, and I'm at one of the most important tournaments of the season. My grandpa had driven all the way from Illinois just to watch me wrestle, and some of the best kids in the state are going to be there. So I'm putting my stuff down in the bleachers when this whale of a mom waddles over and puts her purse and crap down. You may think I'm being mean or judgmental or whatever, but she literally needed an oak cane to walk. I mean, a literal tree trunk of a cane so this lady can move. Next, I see her 2 kids walking to the weigh-ins. They're going the wrong way, so I tried to tell them directions to the room with a scale. Yup, EP. Young man, stop harassing my kids or they're going to kill you. Me. Ma'am, I'm just trying to... Shut up. I know what people like you try to do. You think you're so much better just because you've won a few medals before. Me. Whatever. So kids eventually make it to weigh-ins. And after half an hour of me warming up for my matches, the lady comes over. EP. Oh my god, you call that a takedown? My son would kill you if you wrestled him. I ignored her and waited till the brackets were posted. Were they? When they were, I saw one of the kids looking at the 160 bracket. Unfortunately, I also wrestled in the 160 bracket. Her other kid, who was younger, wrestled just before me. When her kid wrestled, she would take her cane and beat it on the floor, and the whole bleachers would shake when she did that. It was ridiculous. I decided to give her a piece of my mind. Me. Could you please stop? I'm trying to focus, and you screeching like an obese dying pig doesn't do anyone any good, especially your son. EP, how dare you talk to me like that? I am a proud woman who has accomplished so much more than a little like you ever could. I deserve respect. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I kind of tuned her out at this point. I walked to the mat side. I walked up and shook my coach's hand, high-fived my teammates, and got ready to go. So the kid and I walked in the middle of the mat. I hear the screech once again. Gosh dang it, Jonathan Francis Swanson ripped his head off. She finished the statement with a resounding smack with her cane. And so I beat the kid in 30 seconds. Yeah, he was that bad, he said. Man, what did you do to my mom? I said, sorry, man, I kind of called her an obese pig. And he said, oh, thank God someone finally told her off. Hang on. Yeah, I gotta upvote that. Mm-hmm. Today I learned about James Hard, a U.S. Civil War veteran who died at 111 years old, living long enough to see both World War I and World War II. We went from rows of musket fire to nuclear arms within his lifetime. Today I learned the cat that Marlon Brando pets in The Godfather purred so loudly the actors' voices had to be re-recorded. Alright, another story. This is going to be the last one. No, Karen, I will not commit a felony because your kid wasn't allowed in. Posting on mobile, and it's a long one. TLDR at the bottom. Backstory. Alright. Backstory. For the past 7 months, I've been working as a slot technician in my local casino and resort, and I've definitely seen my fair share of things. Make a hit and I'll give you a tip. Ask people. Tweakers on nickel machines who smell of stale Cheetos and piss. You know, the whole 9 yards. I'm also an ADHD and Asperger's syndrome person, so I've had some bad things called to me at this establishment. So about a month ago, this woman was stopped at the front door by a security guard who was trying to bring in her what seemed to be 12 or 13-year-old wheelchair handicapped son at the casino floor, which here, like most places, is 21 years old or older to enter, with absolutely no exceptions. I was overhearing the conversation with security and a uniformed security agent at the main entrance. Ian was entitled mother used uniform as she is security guard. Yeah, why won't you let my son in? He's in a freaking wheelchair. It's not like he'll be playing any of the games. He'll be right beside me. You could have a security guard be over me. Bear in mind, security is wearing thin because they're short staffed that day. It's state law. We cannot allow him onto the gaming floor. EM. But he's beside me. He's not physically able to hit any keys. I'm on vacation from location, and I want to play the slots. I don't have anyone else to give them to. SG. Sorry, ma'am, no exceptions. We can escort you to the buffet in the entrance of the hotel, but that's it. EM. So, escort me to a slot machine and give my son to someone to watch over him. There is nobody in the building that can do that. EM. Come on. They let me do this in Vegas when he was 10. I'm sorry, you have to go. She left extremely mad and I was behind a short wall laughing my butt off. But you guys know entitled parents so well. You know for a fact that this ain't even close to where the story ends. About an hour later, she comes back without her son and got let in to play one of our newest games that the department installed. Not sure if it was common, but she got into her purse and taped a picture she just took of her son in the front entrance of our casino. I know it was today because of the clothes he was wearing and the fancy lighting in the doorway of the casino, and SG was confused as to why she was taking a picture of him after they got escorted out. Since there was a Staples near our casino, it might have been printed there. So as with most casinos I'm aware about, our cash out system prints out tickets you can use in other machines, but you have to put the ticket face side up in the machine, otherwise it'll jam. They'll have to call a floor attendant if it didn't have credits already on it, or a slot tech to fix it. Fortunately, all of our floor attendants were all busy on jackpots, with our supervisors and slot techs had to take care of whatever comes to them. I was passing by the section I was in. I noticed him jammed the bill acceptor purposely by repeatedly putting in the ticket upside down until the machine read "call attendant" on it. So it was right there. I helped her. Me? Me. Duh. Me. What seems to be the problem? EM. The dang ticket won't go in. I can't play this game. Me. Don't worry, ma'am. I'll fix this stuff for you and you can keep playing. Call the machine and surveillance so they don't get alarmed that I open the machine. Yeah, well, since you have it open and it's broken, maybe you can give me free play for my troubles? Me. I apologize, ma'am. I'm just a slot technician. I don't have the power to do that. You could go to the Players Club and talk to them if you'd like. Yeah, well, rude. Since you know the machines are currently open up mine, can't you fix it to hit a big jackpot? I need the money for my son. She then proceeds to point at the picture she taped on the machine. Me. Ma'am, I do not have the authority to make it hit, and I certainly do not think it's possible. As it was pseudo random as I was aware of. And, alright. Yeah, but my son is wheelchair ridden and I need that money for medical expenses. You trying to stop me from doing that? Me closing in the machine after handing your ticket back. Nope, machine's ready for you. Let me put a little fairy dust on it for good luck. I then proceed to rub the machine with non-existent fairy dust in the hope of her getting lucky as I do when I fix the machine up to give happiness to the page. Yeah, I'm pointing to my keys. Well, why don't you make yourself actually useful and use your fairy wand to grant me my wish? Me, as I said, I have no power to do that. EM, what are you, retarded? I'm only asking you to rig the machine to pay off for my sick son. Are you mentally handicapped, boy? It's not coming out of your paycheck. Let me tell you, I was bullied for being different all my life, and other than being called fat, I was also retarded a lot, so it really hit too close to home. Me trying not to burst out crying. Unfortunately, I do not have any authority to do such a thing. I don't, actually. In my state, it is considered a felony. She yelled at me, berating me, calling me a spastic, which I later found out was a highly offensive term for a handicapped person in Great Britain, and how I was too stupid to be doing a job like this, among other offensive terms. I called my supervisor about the ordeal, and while I was calling him, two of our city's policemen came to her and arrested her for child endangerment. She apparently left her kid outside in 30-degree Fahrenheit weather in the car, and a security guard on parking lot patrol noticed him and asked a few questions. And yes, her picture was sent to us from surveillance, and now she's on a perma-ban list for our casino. And because of her, I had a panic attack in the slot tech office because of her berating me so harshly. Luckily, they gave me an extra 15-minute break to hopefully reset, but I'm okay now. Thank you for reading. TLDR, mom tries bringing in her disabled kid, gets denied, comes back with the kid left in her car, berates me to fix the machine to hit a jackpot and gets arrested. Edit, typo. If you've ever seen the Illuminati, Lehan, Geofilms, r slash, Misery Box, stuff like that, like people like that, you'll know that they always talk at the end of these. I'm trying to avoid that so far, but right now I really want to. So, ADHD and Asperger's, like they said at the very beginning of this story, I happen to have both of those, And I do understand how you feel. I'm constantly being called stuff like that. Oh gosh, on the TV, 666.
Yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. And just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
That's how you get right up off of the map, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They call it a game.
Yeah, this thing
and it moves a
this thing
change.
anywhere near up to date, then how come Golden Tate's not on the Eagles?
Riddick with a carry. And he is knocked down from the side, right around the 31.
The end of the season, they
Now
actually...
I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
They actually trade him to the
Defense in a
Eagles.
good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. From the gun, here's Stafford. That is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And incomplete.
You remember what the Eagles did to the Bears during the wild card game?
Ball rolled free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're
At the very end of the
physical,
game.
We just saw it there on that play. It came
When
in,
they-
made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
When they iced the kicker.
He steps into this one.
Actually,
and this
a bunch
is
of my-
rocket. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Oh, a little 360. And a spin again. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the
Oh, you know
passing
for a
game.
fact that they're never
Darren Sproles
going...
gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the
You know that
all-world
the
left
Eagles aren't going to sign back
tackle. They drafted the year before,
Foles.
filled in quite capably. They had
They're not
answers
going to
for
re-sign
everything
him
they needed.
for
How about the
anything.
timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them attack right here on this play.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll make it third down.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Here's Foles. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it.
Oh!
He will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. So let's discuss the Detroit Lions as their offense makes their way back out there, Charles. Last 3 years, including a playoff loss in 2016, they're 25 and 24. They're going to have a new head coach, of course, Jim Caldwell, let go at the end of the year. It always seems like the Lions are stuck right in that middle ground. 7 and 9, 8 and 8, 9 and 7. Can they make that jump to go higher than that?
One would think so, but I think they're going to need to add some pieces to their team because, as you noted, right in the middle ground, they can throw the heck out of it, but they can't run it on offense.
It's almost
on
2 o'clock in
defense,
the morning.
they got a little bit better against the run, but what about the pass
care
rushers?
about
Because Ziggy Ansah played hurt most of the season, couldn't be his normal explosive self.
At the
They've
end of
got to
this
get some
half,
more
I
help
mean,
there, some extra people at second level at linebacker in order to keep up with the high-powered offenses in the NFC North. Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. Takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original
So
goal
you're
was
telling me he only made it to the line of scrimmage?
Congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Send me to Orlando, please.
Don't be so soft. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
We'll go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he earned the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. That good for 19 and a 1st down. On 1st down, Stafford here. Incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they're showing them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Ebron with it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford out to the flat for Riddick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Stafford on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing again is Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Now Foles. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. On, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Well, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this
Alright, I'm done. That's gonna be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, click the bell to add notifications.
People trying to say I'm only enemy. Got a cold with my dog.